Peace and blessings. Check, check. What's good with your family? This is your boy David Adams once again, D.A.P. I appreciate you guys chiming in. Much love and respect. What's going on, family? What's going on? Once again, we here. Now, this is going to be something that we're going to be talking about that might hit home a little hard for a lot of people. Something that most people want to say, but don't really want to, don't say it out loud. Okay? Something that sits with people deep in their chests. Yeah, real talk. We're talking about the moment you realize that your parents might not actually like you. Yeah. Um, Not don't love you. I'm talking don't really like you as a person. Okay? Don't want you to win. Don't cheer for you. Don't clap for you. Don't support you unless it benefits them. And listen, I know even hearing those words is wow, real talk. But let's talk about it. Now, lifelong chase. Let's talk about the lifelong chase. Some of us have spent our entire childhood on, or our entire teenage years, and damn near your adulthood, chasing the kind of validation from your parents that we were never going to get. Some of you sitting here watching right now, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? You know the story. There's a lot of people out there from the crack epidemic that was born from the crack epidemic. You know what I mean? You bring home a good grade. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you hear. You get a good job. You could have done better. You make big moves. Oh, so you think you're special now. It's never enough. Never, I'm proud of you. Never, you're doing good. You're doing great. Never a moment where they stop and say, you know what? That's my child. They're doing amazing. Some of you may have experienced this. Some of you are in it right now. You're experiencing it right now. And if you're here, I want you to listen real good. Some of you got that hope in your chest that maybe one day they'll wake up and change. But every year, it's the same cold energy, the same criticism, the same distance. Some of y'all listening right now, you're still trying and trying to earn that love. You know what I mean? From people who can't even love themselves. So the truth most avoid. They might not want to admit it. All right? But I'm going to let you know, they might be jealous of you. Real talk. Now let's get into that part that nobody really wants to say. The part that make people uncomfortable. You feel me? Some parents aren't proud of you. You feel me? Come on now. Because they're jealous of you. I know that sounds insane, but people are dealing with that right now. You would be surprised. How could my own mother be jealous? How could my own father envy me? Easy. Sometimes you represent everything they failed to become. Get it? You're the version. You're the version of them that they couldn't reach. You've got that discipline. They never heard, they never had. You know what I mean? They never can reach. You broke cycles they couldn't break. You healed from wounds they refused to face. You became the adult they never grew into. And that's when resentment starts. That resentment start creeping in. Because every time they say or they see you, every time or every accomplishment that you're blessed to make, every step up is a reminder of the life they never lived. Some parents don't celebrate you because your success highlights their failure. You have to understand that. I'm talking to those that this actually, relates to, okay? And instead of being inspired by you, they rather pull you down and humble you. Yeah. They don't even like your grandchildren. Let's talk about that. Now, that's a whole nother layer. That's a whole nother layer people don't talk about. Some parents don't even like your own grandchildren, not because the kids, not because they did something to them or did something wrong, nah, but because the kids came from you. That's how deep the resentment runs. I've seen mothers treat their daughters' children differently than their sons' children. I've seen fathers ignore grandkids because they can't stand their own child. I've seen grandparents weaponize affection and give love to one side and starve the other side. And you sit there wondering, what did my kids do to you? Some of you watching, you've experienced it and you've seen it. But it ain't about the kids, it's about you. The emotional cost. Let's talk about this for a minute. What does that do to a person? You know what I mean? Let's talk about it. Now, growing up in a home where constantly criticized, compared to, ignored, or talked down to, that leaves real scars. You learn to shrink yourself. You downplay your wins. You apologize for your achievements. You kind of walk on eggshells. You know what I mean? Anytime you walk around your parents, because you don't want to trigger their jealousy, their attitude, their silence, their judgment. You start believing you're the problem. You start thinking something is wrong with you. You start questioning yourself, doubting yourself, sabotaging yourself. And then you go out into the world and wonder why you attract people who treat you the same exact way that your parents treated you. Think about that for a minute. Think about that. That is generational trauma. Generational trauma don't just pass through DNA. It passes through behavior. Oh yeah. It passes through behavior. So the parent title myth. Just because somebody had a child doesn't make them a parent. Think about it. Parent is a role. Parent is a responsibility. Parent is work. Parent is healing, support, um, growth, accountability, things of that nature. Some people had kids because they were lonely. Some had kids, it was an accident. Yeah. Some had kids to keep relationships. Some had kids because having kids mean that they were make them feel important. But actually, raising those kids with love, encouragement, emotional maturity, that's a whole different skill set, whole different ball game. Let's be honest. Plenty of people had children, but never became parents. And that's a fact. We're not going to sugarcoat it because there are a lot of people in the world out here today that's going through it right now as we speak. All right. So let me say this. You turned out better than them, right? You turned out better than them. Somebody needs to hear this. You turned out better than your parents. And that sentence alone would piss them the hell off if they heard it. But it's true. It's true. I'm talking to you. You did the work. You grew. You hustled. You learned. You broke the habits. You built your own moral compass. You fought through the obstacles they put right in front of you. You broke through all of that. Yeah. And that right there, that's the part they can't handle. Because how did you become more emotionally mature with less support? How did you become wiser with less guidance? How did you accomplish more? What's going on? You had more obstacles in your way. How did that happen? You grew up in a storm and still turned out to be the sun. Think about that. Accepting the reality. We're going to go a little deeper. Accepting the reality. One of the hardest things a person will ever do is accept the fact that people who raised them might never be who they really needed them to be. That's a hard thing to accept. That's a grieving process. You're grieving. That's more like a grieving process that's like a fantasy. You know what I mean? A fantasy version of the parents that you wished to have or wanted to have and never really showed up. Yeah, that's a grieving process. And that's okay. That's okay. That's real healing. Because once you stop accepting love from wrong people, you make room to receive love from the right ones. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm talking to somebody right now. All right. Now, creating your own tribe. This is the part where your power begins. All right. You can build your own tribe, your own family, your own support system, your own circle, where, you're celebrated. You know what I mean? That circle where you're celebrated, not tolerated. You're uplifted, not torn down. Your success is clapped. They clap for you, not questioned. Your presence would be valued, not resented. See, your tribe can be your friends. Your tribe can be your wife, your lady, your husband, your dude. It can be your children. Your tribe can be coworkers. Your tribe can be many other people outside of your actual family or your mother and father. Okay? It can be people you grew up with. You know what I mean? People you grew up with who had the same wounds, but decided to be the opposite. Blood might make you related, but loyalty and love are what makes you family. Oh, yeah, that's a fact. Now, breaking the cycle. Breaking the cycle. Let's talk about responsibility. Just because your parents didn't give you the love that you needed doesn't mean you pass that same energy to your kids. Hope you heard me. Or even to the next generation behind you. Break that cycle. Break that cycle. Be the parent you needed. I'm going to say it again. Be the parent you needed. I'm talking to somebody. Be the protector, the nurturer, the encourager, the safe place you didn't get. Every day you make a different choice. Every day you make a different choice. You're writing your entire bloodline. You're the reboot. You're the reset. You're the revolution. Make it do what it do. The final question. So let me end with the same question I started with. Am I lying? Am I lying? Or am I speaking the truth? You've been living with certain things for years, but never had the words for it. That been in you for a long time, but you never had words for it. You know what I mean? If this episode hit a little bit hard for you, all right, take a second, take a deep breath, and remind yourself you are not the problem. You are not unworthy. You are not broken. You are not hard to love. You just came from people who never learned how to love properly. That's all. And you're going to do it differently. That's what it is. Finally, I want you to say this. I love myself and I appreciate all the accomplishments that I accomplished. So finally, I want y'all to do me the favor, if you could, share this post with someone else. Share this video with someone else. Do me the favor and go over to YouTube and press subscribe. All right, so remember, your past may explain you, but it doesn't define you. Build your tribe, protect your peace, and keep becoming the best version of yourself. Oh, yeah. And I'll see you on the next episode. And if you would like to put down on the comment board something that you may have experienced, something that you may have got through that can help someone else, do me the favor, put that down in the comment board. Much love and respect. And I appreciate you guys tapping in to D.A.P. And I hope to see you on the next episode. Much love and respect. Peace and blessings.